Like this guy.
Senate will please come to order. Today's devotionals will be conducted by the Reverend Lawrence Jones, the interim pastor of East Craftsbury Presbyterian Church. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. President. You as a chamber have extended a great honor to this retired, although still active, Presbyterian minister, and it is a privilege for me to be here. I realize, of course, that we live in a heavily unchurched state and that there are at least several members, although it doesn't look like many, but perhaps one or two, who choose not to be here for the opening devotions. One of the great advantages of living in this country is having the freedom to think. And the freedom to think is essential to both deep faith and good politics. Therefore, in the interests of good thought, I would like to tell you a story. And with some trepidation, I would like to follow the story with a short prayer to which any senator present of any faith or no faith at all might be able to say amen. The story is not original with me, but the author is unknown. There we were in a small town department store one night, and there was a lady with two kids behind us in a long line. One was a big kid, and the other one was a toddler. The bigger one had a pack of glow sticks, and the toddler was screaming for them. The mother opened the pack and gave the toddler one, which stopped his tears. He walked around with it smiling, but then the older boy took it, and the toddler started screaming again. Just as mom was about to intervene, the older child bent the glow stick and handed it back to his brother. We walked outside at the same time, and the toddler then noticed that his stick was glowing. His brother said, "I had to break it so that you could get the full effect from it." Then I heard a voice inside me saying, "I had to allow you to break in order to show you what you could be. You had to go through it so you could fulfill your purpose." The younger child was happy just waving the unbroken glow stick around in the air because he did not understand what it was created to do, which was to glow. Sometimes we are content with just being, but some of us have to be broken. We have to get sick. We have to lose a job or an election. We have to go through a bad breakup of some sort or lose a coveted committee assignment. We have to lose someone we love or make a compromise we really tried to avoid. In those moments of desperation, we are breaking. But when the breaking is done, then we will be able to feel an inner strength, even an inner light. So when you see someone glowing, know that that person may have been broken, but only so a greater purpose or plan may shine forth. If you have a mind to, please join me in prayer. God, by whatever name you are known, or by no name at all, may this body and its members endure the breaks, and in the aftermath, feel and share the glow, so that this chamber and this state may light up the world. Amen. Thank you.
Are there any announcements? Senator from Addison.
Thank you, Mr. President. In the absence of the senior senator from Bennington, and to assure the body with his collaboration, I move the Committee on Judiciary be relieved of S-17, an act relating to sheriff reforms, and that the bill be committed to the Committee on Government Operations.
Now, the senator from Addison has moved that the Committee on Judiciary be relieved of S-17, an act relating to sheriff reforms, and that the bill be committed to the Committee on Government Operations. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed indicate by saying nay. The ayes have it, and you have relieved the Committee on Judiciary of Act S-17 and referred the bill to the Committee on Government Operations. We now have a few Senate bills for introduction. The first one being S-18, introduced by Senator Lyons and others. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
S-18, an act relating to banning flavored tobacco products and e-liquids.
Now you've heard the first reading of the bill. It is referred to the Committee on Economic Development, Housing, and General Affairs. We have S-19, introduced by Senator Lyons and others. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
S-19, an act relating to eliminating prohibitions and penalties on the purchase, use, and possession of tobacco products.
Now you've heard the first reading of the bill. It is also referred to the Committee on Economic Development, Housing, and General Affairs. We have S-20, introduced by Senator Ram Hinsdale and others. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
S-20, an act relating to establishing the Basic Needs Budget Technical Advisory Commission and creating a state and federal assistance calculator.
Now you've heard the first reading of the bill is referred to the Committee on Economic Development, Housing, and General Affairs. We have S-21, introduced by Senator Perchlik. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
S-21, an act relating to establishing safety zones around occupied buildings.
Now you've heard the first reading of the bill is referred to the Committee on Natural Resources and Energy. We have S-22, introduced by Senator Perchlik and others. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
S-22, an act relating to the posting of land against hunting or fishing.
Now you've heard the first reading of the bill is referred to the Committee on Natural Resources and Energy. We also have a House bill for introduction, H-42. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
H-42, an act relating to temporary alternative procedures for annual municipal meetings and electronic meetings of public bodies.
Now you've heard the first reading of the bill is referred to the Committee on Government Operations. Seeing as there are no orders of the day, I'd like to recognize the senator from Chittenden Central.
Thank you, Mr. President. Pending announcements, I would move that the Senate stand in adjournment until 1 p.m. Thursday, January 19th.
Senator from Chittenden Central has moved that the Senate stand adjournment until 1 p.m. Thursday, January 19th. Pending announcements. Are there any announcements? Senator from Addison.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Natural Resources and Energy will meet tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Senator from Bennington.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Education will meet at 1:30.
Senator from Washington.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Finance will meet at 1:30.
Senator from Addison.
Senate Gov Ops will meet at 1:30.
Senator from Essex.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate institutions will meet 15 minutes after the call of gavel.
Are there any further announcements? Sorry, Senator from Windsor.
Mr. President, I am delighted to announce that after a 2.5-year hiatus, Farmers Night is back. We launch our 2023 season, which you, I hope, have all had a chance to look at. We launch it tonight at 7:30 with a wonderful performance of the Green Mountain Chorus. They're celebrating their 75th anniversary with a terrific concert of a range of songs. This is an a cappella group, 4-part, actually more than 4 parts, barbershop group. And I encourage you all to come. It should be just terrific. And we are so happy to be back Wednesday night, 7:30 in the House chamber.
Are there any further announcements? Seeing none, the senator from Chittenden Central has moved that the Senate now stand adjournment until 1 p.m. on Thursday, January 19th. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed indicate by saying nay. The ayes have it, and the Senate will stand adjournment until Thursday, January 19th at 1 p.m.